playing a throwback. You're completely not giving 100%. Yeah, I just don't think you got what it takes, bro.
See, making music ain't for everybody.
Stop trying to do everything, because then you're gonna get stuff that ends up sounding like this.
This is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah. If you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah. If you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah. If you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah. If you ain't know, you already know what time it is. Never let go. I'm serving scriptures to the bodies that be lost in the street. Man, I ain't letting go of nothing, this the gospel to me. I'm never quitting, man, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm focused on my mission like I'm Moses walking straight through the sea. I got a pocket full of pennies cause my soul changed. Even that my Lord's never joined the dope game. Now I'm getting real comfy, let the coat hang. You know I'm in the building, man, I'm about to blow like propane. If all this rap is an issue, then you could grab a tissue. I'm saving lives with these verses, man, I won't even diss you. You got some hate on your spirit, man, it don't even fit you. You better step out my presence or else my God will fix you. Just know I'm living in purpose to every single daughter. I ain't gonna wait till you give it, man, I'ma take my flowers. Don't need no trophies or glory because he gave me power. I'll just keep repping the kingdom until the final hour. Purpose. Yeah. If you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah. If you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah. If you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah. If you ain't know, never let go.
My purpose, man, it's locked down. Can't take it from me, no, not now. Ain't no way I'ma walk out. I'm fighting on for my God's crown. Got a problem with it, that's on you. Get behind me, Satan, watch God do everything that he said he would, and that's all fake, yeah, understood. Yeah, got a calling, we're showing up. Evil spirit need to step down, otherwise I'll be pulling up. Aftermath, y'all see the blood dripping down, got no love for the enemy. Holy, you better be telling my old self that he's dead of me. See these orders coming in, telling me to go spread the message. You can't tie me down, check it, we moving to the objective. With anointed sound, getting prophetic, y'all can't reject it. But with God, we make a move strictly because he said it. Woo. Ignore all the people that don't want to see you do it for the kingdom. Glory be given to God, we don't deserve it. When the yank comes, he's putting his heel right on the back of the neck, killing a serpent. The battle is already won, so
this is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah. If you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah. If you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah. If you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah. If you ain't know, never let go. See, we only living in the purpose that God put us in, you feel me? Never let go. So never mind who you thought we were. Never let go. I know you feel like you the gatekeeper and everything. Never let go. But it ain't up to you. Yeah. You already know what time it is. Yeah. 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 I'm feeling like David. Yeah. Feeling like David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. You can't slay me. I feel like Moses. Yeah. Big Moses.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Let me turn down the music a little bit. You guys already know what time it is. All right. Let's see. So, as you guys know, I'm here to answer any music industry tips that you guys may have. All right. Let me get the particulars out the way. Obviously, okay. So again, my name is WesTheTech. As you guys know, I'm a music business coach. I'm also a recording artist myself. So, you know, I do both. All right. Music industry coach by day, artist by night. You know how the deal goes. But I'm basically here just to answer any music industry tip questions that you guys may have for me today. All right. So just make sure you guys are using this time wisely. Ask as many questions as you want. The more questions you ask, the better that you can understand the music industry for yourself, obviously. And Of course, you know, I have my Thursday, every Thursday I drop my tech tip videos, you know, and that's just videos that I'm discussing particular topics. So that's why I kind of wanted to make this a routine, you know, build a community on Tuesdays answering music industry questions, because let's say you got a question that I haven't done a video on yet, or you got a question that further question to another video I've already done. Well, with the Tuesday Q&As, you could join in, ask as many questions as you want, and all that fun stuff. So that's why I have it in place. So guys, please make sure that you take advantage of, you know, the free game or whatnot, you know. And I just got a couple more particulars as I'm waiting for people to join in here that we kind of just got to go over. Of course, I've already introduced myself. I definitely want to let you guys know that every Tuesday, the best question that is asked gets a free gift on me. All right. Now, the gift may vary depending on what you already have of mine and what you don't. But there is a free gift that's available to the best asked question a day. All right. So feel free to ask questions just to get a better understanding of the music industry. But if you just so happen to ask the best question, then again, you guys get a free gift on me. So don't be shy. Introduce yourselves. Let me know where y'all watching from and all of that good stuff. All right, guys. Now, lastly, I definitely, for those of you who guys are watching on YouTube, I definitely want to mention my membership club here. As you guys know, my membership clubs includes things like priority replies to comments, members only exclusive walkthrough videos, and of course, free monthly music business coaching sessions. If you want to check that out, you can just hit the join button right there, and it'll show you everything that you need to know in regards to that. All right, guys. But that's pretty much it. Of course, we're going to get started soon. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer as everybody else jumps in. But I have a lot of great questions for us to go over today. All right, some really, really good questions that I know that a lot of you guys will be able to actually get some great answers for. So let me just get those ready for you. All right. And yeah, that's what we're going to dive into. All right. Because I picked up a lot of great questions throughout these last couple of weeks, and we're just going to go through each one of them step by step and get everything done. All right, guys. Now, of course, thank you all for joining in. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you do subscribe. All right. Make sure that you check everything out, because like I said, I'm all about helping you guys with your music industry questions, with your music industry tips, and so on and so forth. For those of you who are watching on IG, if you want to ask a question on IG, it's perfectly fine. I would recommend that you ask it on YouTube, because you have a better chance of winning a gift. But you can answer it on IG as well, if that's where you're most comfortable. All right, guys. So without any further ado here, let me just go through these and make sure that I have everything. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and start off with these questions here. All right. Again, for those of you who are on YouTube, you'll be able to see everything. If you're watching on IG, you won't be able to see everything, which is why I always recommend whoever watching from IG to head over to YouTube. I'm really on IG just to let you guys know to head over to YouTube so that you could actually see everything that we're going through. All right. So I see a question that's already being asked here by Dusty South Mob. Welcome. Thank you for joining in on the live. I don't think I've seen your name before, so if this is your first time watching, welcome. All right. I'm not sure if you subscribed yet, but definitely subscribe and everything like that as well. All right. I'm going to get to your question, right, and of course, anybody else's question as well. So let me just make sure I got everything ready. And Dusty, you'll be the first question I will answer, or your question will be the first question that I will answer. And of course, let me know where you're watching from. All right. I'd love to see where people are actually creating music from, what parts of the world you guys are from. All right. What city you're in. And if you want to drop links to your music as well, go ahead and do that as well, so that not only people who are watching during the live, but people who replay and rewatch the video can obviously follow you, subscribe to your content, and things like that as well, guys. All right. Because I get a lot of people who re-watches this after the live, or a lot of people watch it like later on today, probably because most people are still at work and this, that, and the third. But just drop some links there. You never know how much people will follow the more followers, the more opportunity you have to get people to listen to your music. All right, guys. So let's go with Dusty's question. I'm gonna be answering his questions first. Quez, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but well, thank you for joining in on IG. If you want any music industry tip questions answered, just go ahead and type it into the chat, and I'll answer it for you. So let's answer Dusty's questions first. So Dusty's question is, what happens when my music on Fresh Tunes need phonogram license? All right. Now, this is a very, very interesting question. And the reason it's interesting is because I'm not quite sure what phonogram license is in particular. So what we're going to do is, for those of you who also don't know what it is, we're going to actually find that out together. So let me go to my screen here. All right, and take a look and see what that's all about. Because honestly, Dusty, I don't know what that is. But like I said, we'll all find out together. So phonogram license. All right. Crystal Duval, thank you so much for joining in. I see your question as well. All right. From Houston, Texas, I believe I see here on the bottom. Welcome. Thank you for joining in to the channel as well. All right. I'll definitely get to your question as well. Thank you for joining in. And again, guys, make sure that you use links and everything like that. All right. So, phonogram in general. Let's see. Phonogram is a grapheme, one or more written characters, which represents a phoneme, I guess. This sounds familiar. This sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard this represented a vocal cord. Okay, so you're saying you need a license for this. Can you elaborate a little bit more, Dusty, so we can really understand what this is? Because this could be a learning opportunity for all of us. I'm not sure if Phonogram is a particular company, all right, or maybe a particular place that you actually want to sign up with. All right, let me see if Phonogram company comes up. But, Dusty, we're going to need a little bit more information on this for us to really understand what this is, okay? Are you not sure if you're referring to this, Phonogram Records, does that have to do with us? Punk, a number of punk and new wave bands. All right, are you referring to Phonogram Records? Like, are you trying to get a record deal with this record label? Perhaps. I need a little bit more information so that I could answer your question more accurately, Dusty. Now, understand that obviously, when it comes to music distribution companies, their primary concern is not anything to do with record labels, but more so just getting your music on DSPs, digital service providers, all right? What are digital service providers for musicians and artists? Well, it's streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Deezer, Pandora, you get what I'm saying? All of those different things. That's what music distribution companies do. Obviously, Fresh Tunes is one of those music distribution companies. Now, Dusty, I'm not sure if you've seen my video in regards to Fresh Tunes before, but that is a video you definitely want to look into. Now, I did it a while back. All right. And guys, as you can see here, I'm on my channel. I'm actually on my page right now. And you see this little magnifying glass. I want you guys to get familiar with this magnifying glass, because with this magnifying glass, that's the easiest way that you can find videos on whatever topic that you're probably or looking for or want to know more about. All right, because I got, as you can see here, 528 videos. So the easiest way to find a video on something is by finding this little search thing on here. On your phone, you might have to scroll over because you got to get through all of these tabs, but it's over here and you just type it in. So Fresh Tunes, I know I did a video on Fresh Tunes before. All right, should I use Fresh Tunes for music distribution? All right, this has almost 6,000 views, so there are a lot of people have been interested in Fresh Tunes. But if you haven't watched this, Dusty, definitely watch it, because it may have some very, very important information that you don't know about when it comes to Fresh Tunes. I know Fresh Tunes never ended up on my top recommendations list. I just don't remember the exact reason why. As you can see, I did this video over a year ago. But it's just some things that you may want to consider moving forward when it comes to Fresh Tunes. And I do see your follow-up question. And so let's see what you mean even further. Crystal, I will get to your question next. And Chris Rap, Sax, thank you also for joining in. Christopher Leo, I see you. Thank you for joining in. Born and raised in South San Francisco, California. I have a good friend of mine that's actually in San Francisco. So welcome. Thank you for joining in. All right. So we're hitting all the corners of the U.S. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay. So let me see if you elaborated here, Dusty. So you said we upload our music on Fresh Tunes. The name for the song was Fireboys, but it didn't upload due to the phonogram letters on the word boy. So like we didn't get the reason. Okay. Do me a favor, Dusty. Can you type in how you try to I guess upload for boys? I do have an answer for that. I definitely have an answer for that for you. All right. Again, everybody else who's joining in, welcome. Raka, what's going on? Thank you for joining in, Raka. Hey, y'all go check out Raka. Raka is a dope artist. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out. All right, he does really dope positive music. Okay, so going back to your question, phonogram. Okay, so if I understand what you're saying, basically you had special characters for boys in the actual song title. You didn't actually spell out Fireboys. Maybe you use, some people, instead of saying today, with the actual A, they'll use the @ symbol, in the song title. Like you might have a song title that looks like, you'll be like, okay, the song title is Today, something like this, right? So these song titles that you use, different characters for words or letters or phrases in your music. Like, let's say somebody already has the song, right? And you just want to, make yours different from their song because maybe there's a bunch of songs out there that is spelled like today, the regular way. So you're like, you know what? Let me change how I say boys, or let me use a different letter, or this, that, and the third, right? Maybe for the boy, you might want to use the number, right? Like that. So it's like, okay, boy, if that's what you're referring to, Dusty, this will absolutely get rejected. And the reason it'll get rejected is because it's not the music distribution company that actually rejects it. It is, in fact, the streaming services. All right. So Apple Music rejects anything that looks like that, right? Spotify sometimes rejects it and sometimes doesn't, right? Different music or music streaming services have different policies when it comes to special characters and special capitalizations, so to speak, when it comes to not only artist names but also capital letters and things like that, like artist names from capital letters, song titles, all of those things, right? If you do it in a particular special way, a lot of music streaming services will deny it. So because half of them will deny it, music distribution companies like Fresh Tunes will automatically decline it, even though some of them would approve it. So when it comes to people like DistroKid and Fresh Tunes and all of those music distribution companies, TuneCore, for example, they're always going to take the majority, right? So if they know that you're using special characters and you submit to them, they have an automated system that looks for all of that stuff. So if they see that, they're going to automatically reject it because they know half of the streaming services is going to deny the upload, right? They can't guarantee you that your music is going to end up on all of these platforms if half of them are going to be rejected because of how you title the song, right? So they're going to automatically reject it. DistroKid did that too. I actually have a good friend of mine. I'll show you guys right now. His name is Chatto, right? CH, right? Instead of A, he uses V, DOW, right? That's how he actually spelled out his artist name. This got rejected because that's supposed to be an A. He used a V instead, right? And he did that for a lot of his music as well. What he had to do is he actually had to submit it as an A then individually call the DSP service. He had to get in contact and send an email to Apple Music specifically so that they could actually change it to a V. Spotify took it as an A. He had to call them and do the same thing. That was the only way around it because the music distribution company itself won't allow that, right? Now Dusty is giving me some more details. We updated the name Fireboys in so many ways, even with capitals and smalls, even with hyphens in the middle, but it still didn't go through. Could I upload my song to another distribution even when it's duplicate check? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So maybe because now, again, there are some reasons why I wouldn't recommend Fresh Tune besides this. So this, I guess, is a different issue that is arising with them. But you can always switch music distribution companies, all right? But you guys do have to keep in mind that when you're having artist names and stuff like that, like, for example, Kid Cudi, right? Kid Cudi, the way he spells his name, I believe it's like this. It's K-I capital D, and then I think he capitalizes both D's or something. Like, he styles it a particular way. If he were to actually submit his music in this stylization with these random capital letters, it'll get rejected. It'll get rejected every single time because they won't approve it as a music distribution company. Now, of course, once you get to a certain status and things like that, or like you could do like my friend Chato did, he just called them and got it to work. But there are some extra steps that you do have to do. And I'm trying to remember that. Oh, yeah. See, there it is right there. This is how he typically stylizes it, right? The D's are capital. So stuff like that, it'll automatically get rejected. So that's probably what you ran into. Of course, you can switch music distribution companies. But if you're going to switch music distribution companies, I want you also, Dusty, to watch this video right here. All right. Let me just put switch because I think it'll come up with just switch. Because I did a video on how to switch from one music distribution company to another. Yeah, how to switch distributors without losing play count. Okay, because the biggest thing about switching distribution companies is you don't want to start over, right? You've already released it. You already have the music out. You know, you may have already collected streams and so on and so forth. So if you're going to switch from Fresh Tunes to another, how do you do that successfully without messing anything up, right? Well, in this video that I'm going to share with you right now, this video will break down exactly how you can go about doing that, all right? So for those of you who are watching right now, you could check out that. And also those who rewatch it, make sure you save that link anytime you want to switch from one music distribution to another. There are some things that you have to do and have to have, like the ISWC code and things like that, to make the transition easy and to not lose your play count and everything. But yes, you could do a successful stream switch. You will have a duplicate, right? But once you make the switch and it's released with the new music distribution company, you then remove it from the old one. So there will be a period of time that you will have a duplicate. It's okay. It's better to have the duplicate than to delete it from one first and then upload it somewhere else later, because then you'll lose everything, right? So there is a method and a way that you have to do it, Dusty. Just make sure that you watch that video before you do it. All right, so you know the best way to do it. And of course, if you want to know my best recommendations, those are like my top videos on my channel. Actually, let me just look that up real quick. Best music distribution 2024. I do a new video every year, so I'll share this link with you, Dusty, if you want to just have an idea of some. Now, when I do my recommendations, you know, I update it every year because I go through all of them. I check to see if there's any changes in pricing, changes in terms and conditions, and all of these different things. I like to check before I make my decisions. But whatever decision I make, just know that there was a lot of thought and a lot of research that was put into it. And the things that I always pay attention to the most is, of course, the costs, how much royalties you actually get to keep, and whether it has YouTube content ID or not, because obviously those are three big deals when it comes to releasing your music with a music distribution company. So of course, Dusty and anybody else watching, you guys could check that out. But that was a Definitely great question, great follow-ups as well. Rapping Ray, what's going on? Thanks for joining in again. Good to see you. Good to see a return guest here. And guys, I love the questions that I see, the build-up of questions here. This is great. I can't wait to go over all of it. So let's just jump to the next one here. So moving next to Crystal's question, all right, because she's next on the list here. So her question is, didn't realize God has been leading me on the path of an AR. Dope. I know several independent artists. Yes. An AR would be perfect because we don't have enough ARs, to be honest with you. We have so much artists that come out, and we just don't have enough AR people to actually be in place for them. So a lot of artists are running around with it with their heads cut off because it's so much that they have to deal with, and finding AR is very, very hard. So doing AR is definitely going to be rewarding because you're generally helping people and things like that. But your question is, how do I go about getting them in front of more people? Okay, so that's a great question. Okay, so when you say more people, getting them in front of more people, what do you mean? Are you referring to getting more listens? You want them to be known more, to grow their fan base, to get more people at their shows? If you could elaborate a little bit further, Crystal, I could give you a more fine-tuned answer to that, because that can mean so many different things, right? But if you're just talking about in general, just marketing an artist and just growing the fan base, the primary place I would say is social media. Social media is the key this day and age to marketing. The power of social media is unmatched, right? So you could go to a show, or you could do a concert and have 300 people at that concert and they all watch you perform. Or you could do a video, because that's still important as well. Or you could do a video and post that video, and that gets shared and tagged and so on and so forth. And in a matter of days, you could reach 1 million people, right? It's just social media. The advent of social media is absolutely mandatory when it comes to growing a fan base for artists, right? I know my most successful song currently became that successful because I had a particular reel that went viral using that particular song. Now, the reel itself didn't really have much to do with the song. It was just what was going on in the reel. But because my song was what playing in the background, that song actually ended up going viral, because this is what happens. It's just like when you watch a movie or when you watch a TV show and you hear a song in the background. Your intentions wasn't to listen to music, but whatever you're watching, the music kind of caught your ear. You're like, yo, that sounds dope. Whose song is that, right? And then it gets Shazam or whatever the case may be. And now that song becomes popular because so many people watched it, right? How many intros to TV shows have became hit songs because they were the song you used in the beginning of the show? So social media is literally that. You could literally bring out content on social media showing you like a mini music video, so to speak, or you doing the song and the lyrics are showing up on the bottom. Or you could just add your music to other trending videos and literally see what happens, because I've gotten viral videos doing it both ways, right? So that would be the answer to just getting into more people when it comes to marketing in general. But if there was something more specific, Crystal, please feel free to elaborate, and I could dive deeper into it, because marketing is always a great topic of conversation, and I love talking about it, because at the end of the day, the result of marketing is growth, right? I'm here to help you guys grow as independent artists. I'm trying to put you guys in a position to leave your 9-to-5 job so that you could do music full time. I've been doing music full time for years now, and I want the same exact thing for every single person who watches my videos, who subscribes to my channel, and all of those different things. This is why I do all of this. I love making music. I'm an artist. I'm gonna do that for as long as I enjoy it, right? This stuff right here, this coaching stuff, it's just another piece of me that I also really enjoy doing, because I know that a lot of this information is hidden. You know, like Crystal said, it's hard to find information, right? You go to Google. Google isn't always helpful. Sometimes it's super, super complex, right? There's so many things that's involved with it that sometimes it gets overwhelming. That's why I made my channel. That's why I'm here to help you guys. So definitely any questions you guys may have, definitely let me know. And as a matter of fact, you know, I showed it last week. All right. I'm gonna let those of you who are watching, if you continue to watch it till the end of this live, I have a special thing that I'm working on that I want to, and you guys will be the second group to know about it, because I mentioned it last week, but I'm going to be mentioning it this week as well. And it's actually going to be the next tool that I'm working on for you guys. So if you wait to the end, you'll actually be able to know about it more, and I'll actually show you a little sneak peek of it as well. But great question. And Crystal, I see your response, all of the above. Okay, so in general, marketing. Yeah, Crystal, I would say first and foremost, tap into marketing when it comes to social media. That's the key. Start there, right? There are artists right now who are major. They've yet to perform on a stage, right? Only because of social media. Head to social media, of course. TikTok, very important. IG, YouTube. Those are the three to focus on. All right, those are the only three to focus on when it comes to that. And it's ironic because I want to show you guys something. This is my book here, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. All right. In this book, it showed the 13 steps that I took to start my music business. All right. If it wasn't for these steps that I took, I wouldn't be doing music full time. The reason I'm able to be on live right now is because I don't work a 9 to 5 at all. I do music full time. And it's because of the stuff that I've learned, right? Everything that I learned in regards to setting yourself up the right way is in this book. Now, of course, you can find this book on my website and everything. I have physical and ebook versions of it. So if you wanted an ebook and you wanted to start reading it today, you could check it out on my website. But I wasn't trying to promote it. I was really just trying to show you guys something on a particular page, right? Since we're on the subject of marketing, you know, there's a certain page when I start talking about social media and how important social media is. So I'm not sure if you guys can see it up here now. Y'all not going to be able to see it, but social media marketing is step 2. That's the second most important thing. The first one is finding an audio engineer, because obviously you need to be able to make music. If you don't have an audio engineer, if you don't have someone who can actually record music with you, then you can't make music, right? So that's the most important thing. Can I make music regularly? Yes. Cool. I got an engineer. Second thing, social media marketing, right? Because you can start marketing before you even release out anything, right? How many trailers do we see on movies a day, right? Trailers, we get them before we get the movies. It's the same thing with music. You could be showing people you working on your song in the studio. Stuff like that goes viral all the time because it's a different feeling, right? Back in the day when I was growing up, when all we got was the trailer and the movie. Nowadays, with social media, you literally get to see people like Will Smith backstage working on the movie, right? I've seen so many clips of them working on Bad Boys, and I haven't even seen it yet. But guess what? I'm going to go see it, even though it's like the 5th one at this point. I'm going to go see it because I feel like I'm involved in it now. You know, I'm invested because I've been seeing all the clips. I've been seeing behind the scenes and them actually filming it and stuff like that. It's a different experience now. So you want to do that when it comes to your music. All the artists who are watching this right now, get people involved into your music making process. I literally have a whole I'll show you guys. I literally have a whole playlist here. When I released my first album, I did a behind the scenes of the whole album. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Of the whole album, and people are still to this day are watching it. Now this album, I'm working on the second one right now. The first one here goes right here. It was a year ago. Look at these views. These are people who literally were just watching the process of me making each and every song, right? People just love to be involved. And then what does that do? That allows people to go ahead and want to have the song just for support. They may not even like the song, but they'll support it because they feel like they're invested in it. You get what I'm saying? So definitely tap into social media. But going back to this, I want to show you because I mentioned 3 things. I mentioned TikTok, I mentioned YouTube, and I mentioned YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, right? As you can see, step 2, social media marketing, right? Look. What does that say? YouTube, right? Here we go. What does that say? TikTok and I'm sorry, this reverse. Instagram. You see that? TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Those are the only 3 things that you need. I've been able to leave my 9-to-5 job and do music full time because of those 3 social media platforms right there. No Twitter. I have a Twitter, but you don't need it. Facebook, you don't really need it neither. On Snapchat and all the millions of different, you don't need all of them. Focus on those 3. In that order, by the way. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Focus on those in that order and you'll be just fine. All right. So I hope that'll help you, Crystal, because that's very, very important. Social media, definitely get on social media and start putting in work on there because that'll definitely help you out. But that was a great question. That was a great question here. Fakir Fitness, I see you joining in as well. Thank you for joining in, brother. I see your comment as well. So let's move right along here. Okay, so next question that I'll be answering is by Chris Rapp. All right, Chris Raps AX or Chris Rap Sack. I don't know which one it is, but what's up, Wes? My artist name is my birth name, Christopher Leo Velarde. I hope I said that right. If I don't, Lord forgive me. I'm born and raised in California. Okay, I think he asked a question later on. Let's see. Okay, so Dusty's talking about the okay, so technically, Rappin' Ray is next, so I'll answer his question, then we'll get to yours, Chris. All right, so Rappin' Ray question is, yo, Wes, if I registered most of my songs on all music platforms such as Copyright Office, BMI, MLC, Sound Exchange, etc., as a sole proprietor, but now want to change my songs to an LLC. Okay, so if you were a sole proprietor, right, and you wanted to change everything to now an LLC, then you have to go back into every single one of those places and change it. Yes, every last one of them. But it's not hard. It's just tedious. You're going to have to go back in and change the payment information, go back in and change the tax information, and change everything to an LLC. Now, I will let you know, Rappin' Ray, you're making the right decision from going from sole proprietor to LLC. You should have started as an LLC, but it's okay. You're on the right track, right? You got to go back in there, go back through all of them and change it to the LLC. Now, if you guys don't know what we're referring to, LLC is a limited liability company, all right? So essentially what Rappin' Ray is talking about is he's trying to make his love of music into an actual music business, right? An official business. In order to make your music an official business, you actually have to be incorporated in an actual company. Now, sole proprietor, that's just an individual. That's going to be tied to your social security number, right? But when you actually make a business, right, you're going to get an EIN number, an employee identification number, right? So it's completely different because it's a company. Your name is no longer tied to the taxes. It's the company's name that's tied to the taxes, right? So in order for you to have a music business, obviously every business has to pay taxes, right? And you want to have an official business, right? Even for you, Crystal, with A&R, if you want to do an established A&R marketing company, which are big, they make a whole lot of money, right? An A&R actual company, right? You would have to create an LLC as well, right? So that's very, very important for you guys to do. Now, I know I did a video on LLCs. I think I did, but let me see. Should you get an LLC for your music business? See, I did. All right. So I'm going to share this here with you guys for those of you, again, who are watching and those of you who may be rewatching this. But in this video, I explain the importance of having it as an artist. And guess what? I mean, this is just fitting. This is just fitting for today. Look what step 10 is. Forming an LLC, right? I'm going to go to the page so you guys can see. This is crazy, right? This book is really helpful, guys. Again, I'm not really trying to promote it like that, Those who know, but at the end of the day, I guess this is just one of those days that it's just everything is fitting, right? Look at what step 10 is. Step 10, forming a LLC, limited liability company, right? Now, see, Ray, if you would have got the book, you would have never did sole proprietor. You would have had an LLC already, but it's okay. Yes, you could change it. You could change all of it. Just go back into each and every single one of them. Go to the settings, go to the tax information, and they're going to allow you to update your tax information. Make sure you update it, and you got to do it for your music distribution company as well. So don't forget to do that as well. I know you did it for Sound Exchange and everything else, but don't forget your music distribution company because you had to put that information in there as well. All right. But yes, you could change it. And that was a great question. That was a great question, Ray. Just make sure you get those updated as soon as possible. All right. So that you don't have any issues in the long run. All right. And also, I'm not sure if you actually formed the LLC yet, but make sure that you do form the LLC and make sure that you put everything that's included in the LLC and then all of that other stuff as well. So definitely get that going for sure. All right. But great question. Great question. All right. So next up here is Chris. All right. So Chris, question is, or let's see what he's saying. He said, my songs have least beats. Ooh. This is another great question. You guys are on the money today. You guys are asking some great questions. All right, so my songs have least beats. I have just booked a live show in my neighborhood, and I would love to assemble a live band, as well as collab with others to sing my hooks and hype the verses. Any tips? Okay. This is great. Okay, so when it comes to a live performance, it's always better to have a live band. So if you have a live band and if you're capable of getting a live band, Chris, I would strongly recommend you to do that. I am actually very jealous and envious of you right now because I have yet to perform with a live band, but it is my greatest dream. Like, I want to, the next time I actually set up my own show, I want to have a live band because I think that's awesome. There's so much flexibility with that. There's so much you could do with that. It flows so much different than just pressing play and going from song to song. You get what I'm saying? So, yes, definitely have a live band. If it's a least beat, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the license and everything for it, you'll be all right when it comes to all of that stuff. But be yourself. Be yourself. That would be probably one of the first things I'll let you know when it comes to just performing in general is be yourself. When you're not being yourself, you're more subject to making mistakes, right? When you try to be outside of what you normally are, you'll make mistakes, right? So, for example, me, myself, right? I'm a little bow-legged, right? I'm actually bow-legged and knock-kneed. If you don't know what those are, I can't help you. But my knees are weird, right? They bend into each other, right? Not crazy, but it's enough to notice, right? When I perform and stuff, imagine if I was trying to keep my legs straight as I'm performing. You get what I'm saying? Now I have to put extra attention to my legs to make sure they're straight. That could cause me to forget my lyrics or mess up on the songs, right? Because why? I'm stopping myself from being myself. This is how God created me. This is how I'm going to walk. You know what I'm saying? Fakir Fitness is on here. He could tell you I did track and field with him in high school. It didn't hinder me in the slightest. You get what I'm saying? So I'm fast enough with my legs and all. I'm not going to let it hinder me. Be yourself, right? Don't worry about the crowd and all of that stuff and the ego and, oh, I got to match the energy of my favorite artist. If I can't make this performance look like this person's performance, I'm not going to do that. Nah, just be yourself. People are going to love you for you. They're introduced to you through your music, but they end up becoming a fan of you, not just your music. This is why a lot of artists who don't show themselves have trouble growing their fan base because people can't attach a face to it, right? Like the level, think about your biggest artist or your favorite artist. Your favorite artist is, imagine if you never saw that artist's face. Would they still be your favorite artist? You get what I'm saying? It's tied to it. So be yourself, enjoy yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to do great. You're going to do great. But yeah, a live show, definitely dope. Be yourself. And the last thing I'll say, for the instruments, practice. Practice. Now, obviously practice makes sense for bands, right? Bands, they already know what time it is. Practice, practice, practice. We got to get this right with each other, right? But even artists who are performing to CDs and stuff like that still practice. Even if you're a rapper, practice. Know exactly what you're going to do on stage, where you're going to stand, how you're going to move. Get to the stage early or get to the stage a couple of days before if they'll allow you to, and just map it out. Map out how you're going to do your performance, where you're going to do it, this, that, and the third. Practice it because first impressions are everything, right? So you want to go out there and you want to look like you did this before. You can still be yourself and be a professional at the same time, right? So make sure you practice and all of that good stuff. But most importantly, and last but not least, have fun. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing greater than actually doing a live performance. That's when I have the most fun. It's exhausting by the end of it, but you'll have a great time. And yeah, it's going to be dope. It's going to be dope for sure. That's dope. That's dope. Love live performances. Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's see what else we got. All right. Dusty South Mob said, okay, thanks, man. Show, Ico Light. I know Light. I don't know. I'm still trying to learn all of this stuff. All right, straight from 254. 254. Is that a Kenya flag? Please let me know if that is. Man, you done started something. I gotta confirm. That's a Kenya flag. That is a Kenya flag. Yes. We are international. We are international, ladies and gentlemen. We are international. This live has become international. It's one of my favorite things to see when I see that somebody is watching from another country. I think that's super, super dope, and I just love that. And there you go, Crystal. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier, the power of social media, right? Get on YouTube, get on IG, and get on TikTok. But thank you, Dusty, for making this live stream international. All right, let's keep going here and see what else we got. All right, Crystal said, I'm having an event at my home that will be broadcasted live for up-and-coming artists. That is dope. That is absolutely dope. Absolutely dope. Make sure that you go live on YouTube. I don't know if of all the different places that you're broadcasting it live from, but if you could do YouTube, IG at the same time or something like that, and TikTok at the same time, that would be great. You might need a couple of phones or whatever the case may be to make it work, but definitely do that. That'll be awesome, Crystal. And also, I'm not sure if you know, but there's this thing called OBS. All right. OBS, open broadcaster software. All right, this is what most streamers use to actually broadcast, do live streams and stuff like that. It's actually what I'm using right now as we speak. So definitely look into this as well. All right, and this is for any artists who maybe want to, go live on YouTube while you're writing or whatever the case may be, right? Check out OBS. OBS is absolutely phenomenal. And guess what, guys? OBS is free. We love that word, right? Free. We love free. So definitely check out OBS. All right. That's what, everybody is using to really, broadcast live. So, I hope that live event goes well for you, Crystal. Dusty, I hope that live performance also goes well for you guys as well. That's absolutely incredible and awesome. All right. So now, Fakir Fitness got a question here. What are your opinions, insights, or predictions about the future of the music industry? How can you adapt to the changes and demands? Okay, this is a great question as well. Where do I broach first? Okay, so I would say the first thing that I think of when I think of the future of the music industry is AI. All right. Now, I don't know if that's a connection to because the Terminator movies, when I think of the future, I think of the Terminator and I'll be back and all of that stuff. By the way, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he doesn't get enough flowers for what he be doing on screen because he is hilarious, especially with how he speaks, and he could barely say some English words. Is great, but we love him. Shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get out. You know what I'm saying? But AI will probably be the biggest thing or the biggest concern and the biggest issue and the biggest thing that we have to pay attention to when it comes to the music industry. I'm not sure if you guys may know this, but the filming industry actually went on strike, and there was a whole lockout or whatever you want to call it, because there was a lot of things that they wanted to change, but one of the biggest aspects of it was the use of AI, right? Actually, when TikTok and UMG, Universal Music Group, was having their whole beef and everything like that, AI was also one of the topics that they were dealing with as well. AI is a big deal. It's a big deal when it comes to music, when it comes to all of these different things, because with AI, you can literally recreate somebody's voice, right? Now, the thing about voices is their intellectual properties. My voice is my voice. When I rap on a record, nobody sounds like me because it's me, right? AI can literally recreate my voice. And what the thing is, a lot of people are using AI to make quote unquote Drake songs or quote unquote Taylor Swift songs, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, right? So you go listen to the song, you're like, oh my God, Taylor Swift dropped a new song and she didn't let nobody know about it. And now this song has 1 million views, and then you find out, wait a minute, that's not Taylor Swift. That's not Drake. That's somebody who created an AI song, right? So now somebody is actually benefiting from your voice. Somebody is benefiting from what your creation, your authenticity, right? How God created you, the voice that he gave you, right? So that should be illegal. That is where the issue is. That is where the problem is, right? So AI, they're going to have to figure out a way to handle that, because right now it's kind of the wild, wild west with it. I know it's still early and things like that, and I'm sure that some laws will get into place at some point, but the question is when and how many artists will be affected by it before it actually happens, right? I'm not sure if you guys, I don't know how many people on here actually follow rap, all right? But, recently there was a rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, all right? Now, I'm not big on beefing, but I am big on rap, so I do know about it and everything like that. There was a song that Drake did where he actually used artificial AI to recreate Snoop Dogg's voice and Tupac's voice. If you hear the song, you would literally think Tupac and Snoop Dogg was on the song with him, right? Snoop Dogg was offended and upset about it, but he was just like, it's whatever. We all know Snoop Dogg. He's too chill, and we know why he's always chill, right? But Tupac's estate was furious about it, to the point that they are now suing Drake's estate for using their Tupac's voice without their approval, right? This is the issue, because they're not literally using his voice, but the voice sounds just like him because of AI. So how do we judge that, right? So AI is going to be a big deal, a big problem. It's a scary thing. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, because of the Terminator, we don't want freaking artificial intelligence to kill us all. You're right. But when it comes to the music industry, it's also scary, because it's like we don't want to be in a position that artists are no longer making money off of their music because people could just steal it, and steal it and make money off of it in a different way. I mean, think about when people were downloading music MP3 with the internet, in the early 2000s with LimeWire and Kazaa and all of these different places that you could literally download a whole album. You didn't have to buy these albums anymore. You could literally just go to a website and download the whole album. This is why streaming came, guys. This is why streaming is here now. Streaming is literally here now because they wanted to avoid this whole download MP3 deal, right? This is why we don't have CDs no more, right? Because people decided to keep stealing music, pirating music, right? It was a big deal. A lot of artists was losing a lot of money because of this, right? So streaming came. AI has the potential to do even worse, because not only will artists not be making money from music, but other people will be making money on their behalf because they're stealing their voice. That's worse than piracy, right? Well, technically not, because I remember back then Cass was selling 50-cent CDs and stuff and making money off of it. When they just burned it to a CD, they stole it. You get what I'm saying? But it's going to be crazy. So just keep your eyes open on everything that's going on with AI and music, because that is a big hurdle, and I think that's the most important thing that we need to focus on right now when it comes to the music industry and the future of the music industry. But a great question, Fakir Fitness. I love that. Just make sure you guys are aware and make sure you guys are on the lookout. All right, but this is all great stuff. Now, Rap and Ray said, plus I'm in Duval. Duval, Florida. Shout out to SoFlo. All right, so I'm in South Florida as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Florida as well. I'm actually in Hollywood, Florida. So anytime I see any place in Florida, you know I got to rep it. So big shout out to Rappin' Ray in Duval. He said, I had an LLC before, but let it go. I wanted to know if you know how I can get that reinstated. Okay, great question. Okay, so to get it reinstated, you got to go to sunbiz.org because you're in Florida. Now, I'm going to pause right there. If you're trying to build an LLC, you have to go to the website for your particular state. Every state has their own LLC website. What I just said, sunbiz.org, is just for Florida. All right. Every state has their own, but and that's an easy search upon Google, you know, LLC department for Massachusetts, right? And it'll come up. But what if you had an LLC before and it got canceled or it got suspended or whatever, if it's not completely dissolved, you can actually reinstate it, right? Now, there is a reason why it might have, I mean, I don't know the reason. I don't know if you did it or if you did it by accident, but this happens to a lot of artists. So I want to take a moment to talk about this, right? In my book here, when I talk about LLCs, if you saw it was step 10, right? It wasn't in the beginning. It was towards the end. There's only 13 steps to this, right? So it was one of the last things for you to do. The reason for that is because if you get an LLC too soon, you might get yourself in trouble. And the reason I say that is because in order to sign up for an LLC, you have to pay a certain amount, right? For Florida, it's almost $300 now, right? Then after you do have the LLC, every year you have to actually update your records and report. There is a cost to report as well. The cost to report is another one. What is it? How much? I think between $150 and $175. I don't remember the exact number, but you're looking at almost $300 to get it, and then you're looking at $175 every year to maintain it. This is why I tell artists, if you're not making at least $500 a year on your music, then you don't have a music business yet. You have a hobby, right? Now, I'm not saying that to be mean or anything like that, but this is how they look at it. When I say they, I mean the taxes people and all of those things. You're not making enough to even maintain the LLC. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you follow my steps and you do everything you got to do to promote your music and everything like that, you will make more. You will make more than enough to have your music business and keep it moving and functioning, and you'll make money for sure, right? But what you don't want to do is create an LLC, never drop music, right? And then when the following year comes, you don't report it because you don't pay it, and now it gets disbanded or suspended or whatever the case may be. It happened to me, so I'm speaking from experience. Right? When I decided to come back to music first, the first thing I did was create I want a music business. I'm going to get an official music business. This is the first thing I did. I had no way of making money yet as an artist or anything. I created the LLC first and foremost because I'm like, yeah, it's official. I did that, right? Then once those years kept coming, I'm like, yo, I'm paying this money and I'm not making no money. I'm hustling backwards, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? It was a bad idea. I should have waited until I was making a certain amount before I actually created the LLC. So that's for those of you who haven't created an LLC yet. And of course, like I said, Rappin' Ray, you can always reinstate it if it isn't dissolved. If it's dissolved, you got to make a brand new one. All right. So you got to look at it and search it up on the database and see what its actual status is. All right. And then from there, you can move forward. But great question. I love all these questions, guys. I can't even get to the questions that I had waiting for you guys. But this is great. I'd rather answer the questions that for the people who are here now. So, all right. So Chris said, you got my name correct, bro. I play the saxophone. Nice. As part of as part of my creative, I need your book. Gonna get that. Oh, appreciate that for sure. So it is Chris Rap Sax. So that's dope. But yes, this is very, very helpful. Matter of fact, let me see if I could do a link real quick. I'll share the link with you guys here because, like I said, this is very, very helpful. All right, 13 steps. All right, this is the link to the ebook if you wanted the ebook version of it. The ebook version, obviously, you don't have to wait in the mail and everything for the physical. This is the ebook version of it. You can have this one today. I'll share this link for you guys if you guys want to take a look at it, or just save it. Save it if you can't get it now. Save it to your saves or whatever the case may be. But it's super, super helpful. That's the ebook version of it. And like I said, if you were just to go to my website itself and you were to go to the store, under the store, I have books and guides. Under books and guides, you'll find it there. And I also have some other things as well. And Crystal, I don't know if you're still here, but you want to grab this too. All right. If you can grab this, Crystal, it's the Spotify playlist. All right. And any other artists, if you, with this free gift right here, I tell you 8 different websites that you can submit your music to Spotify playlists for free. You don't have to pay anything for it. If they like the music, they'll put the music on their Spotify playlist, and that can help get more listeners to Spotify. So I'll just share the links to this whole page. All right, and as you can see, this is the physical copy, and this is the ebook version of them. So I'll just share this link as well, so you guys could have it. All right, books and guides. So that's it right there. But yeah, for sure, you're very, very welcome. It's dope that you play the saxophone. That's one of those instruments that I've always wanted to learn how to play because it's just so cool. That's like one of the coolest instruments ever, right? Saxophone is, but it's like a different cool. Like guitar is cool, like rock cool. You get what I'm saying? But saxophone is like that's smooth cool. It's a completely different cool. You guys know what I'm talking about. Saxophones are dope, but it's dope that you play that. That's dope. Forgive Fitness, Schwarzenegger is the gold. Most get out. I'll be back. Crystal said, we will. All you mentioned. Awesome. All right, Chris said, thanks, brother. Great live stream, bro. I got to go. Proverbs 11. Oh, dope. Threw the Proverbs in it, too. I love it. Okay, we're here, y'all boys. We're here. I love it. All right, amazing. I will. Awesome. Rapping Ray, I think this is a question here. He says the MLC has 2 IPI numbers. I think one is for the artist and one is for the song. The artist IPI number comes up under my stage name, not real name. It seems other people come up under their real name. Okay, so the IPI number, that's the oh my gosh, did I forget what that stands for? That's not attached to the song. The IPI number is the artist. That's basically your social security number as an artist. That's your artist ID number. All right. So a song wouldn't have an IPI number. A song would actually have a different set of numbers. The ISWC they would get, and they also have the ISRC. What is it? Oh gosh, hold on. Let me show you guys. All right. You get the ISWC, I think it is. Yeah, the ISWC and the ISRC. Those two is what's attached to the song. ISWC and ISRC, all right? Now, one comes from your PRO, the ISWC, and the ISRC comes from the music distribution company. ISWC. Let me see. I think I did a video on that. Boom. There you go right here. All right. Difference between ISRC code and ISWC code. Here it is right here. These are the codes that are attached to your music. I'll share this on the link as well for those of you watching and those of you who will be watching later. All right. You need both of them. You get them in 2 different places. Check those videos out as well. But the IPI number, right? The IPI number is attached to your artist name. Now, if you have another IPI number, it could be maybe your publisher. I don't know if you created a publisher with MLC. All right. For those of you who don't know MLC, that's for your mechanical royalties. All right. If you don't know how to get access to your mechanical royalties or any of your other royalties, make sure you guys actually check out my royalties video. How to get all your music royalties. Check that out, man. I'm feeling this thing. I hope you guys aren't losing these links because I know I'm dropping a bunch here. Maybe let me type in some stuff before I just throw the link up. Royalties, right? There we go. Boom. All right, so that's for royalties here. Now, because Pretty Girl Progression, thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. That's awesome. Oh, look, Crystal Duval West. I used to live in Pembroke and Cooper City. Nice. Used to be down here. I'm not too far from Pembroke at all. That's awesome. That's awesome. Great, great, great. Look at that. We got another Florida native in the building. We all over the live stream today. Beautiful, beautiful. But let me show you guys this here. Since we're on this subject anyway, all right, guys. I know I mentioned for those of you who waited till the end that I would show you guys a sneak peek of what's to come. All right. It's gonna be very, very briefly, right? I'm gonna show you guys what I've been working on. All right. I've been gathering information for you guys, right? I just shared the royalties video. But this is something that is going to be super, super helpful for you guys. I've been working on it for a few days now. All right. I'm in the design process right now, but it's actually my next book here, and it is the Music Royalty Handbook. All right. With this, as it says, a simple guide to understanding music royalties for independent artists. In this, I literally tell you every single royalty that you can get. Right? Every single music royalty that you are entitled to as an artist, where to go sign up with it, and who it actually pays out to, whether it's the artist, the producers, so on and so forth, right? Just to show you a single page from it, all right, to kind of, show you guys what I mean here. Streaming royalties, right? This is the page on streaming royalties, right? These are all clickable links. All of this is clickable links, right? Even these are clickable links, right? So like streaming royalties, what are streaming royalties? I explain what it is. I explain who collects and pays out those royalties to you, right? Obviously for streaming royalties, it's the music distribution company. And then I also explain who gets played. Even music distribution, this is a clickable link as well, right? So it'll actually link you to a video that further explains music distribution that I already did on YouTube. This is all clickable links everywhere. This whole ebook is going to have clickable links. This is why this one is only going to be an ebook. There will be no physical. To you, if it sounds like I'm speaking complete gibberish, right? Then you need this. If it sounds like I'm talking gibberish, you absolutely need this, because this is very, very, very important. All right. So, but yeah. That's what that is here. That's what I'm working on. All right. It's coming. It's coming, guys. It's almost done. It's coming. So be on the lookout for it. Subscribe to my email listing, because as soon as it's done, you will get an email. All right. And letting you know it's out, it's available, and everything like that. And make sure you guys check out the other stuff as well. All right, guys. But I think I had a little connection issue, but I think I'm back, so we're good. LD40, I'm just now seeing your message. Thank you for joining in, brother. I see you. Hope all is well. Tune in late. I'll rewatch later for sure. Appreciate you. I'm going to shout you out anyway. You'll see the shout out in the rewatch for sure. Pretty Girl Progression. See you. Dade County, Little Haiti in the building. IET Sakpase. That's my peoples right there for sure. Victor Smith, yo, thank you for joining in, Victor Smith. I'm not sure if I've seen your name before, so I think you're new watching here. So welcome as well. It's good to have you. All right. Pretty Girl Progression said we need every single royalty check. Yes, we do, and I'm gonna clap that up with you as well, for sure, for sure. Victor Smith. So his question is, should I go with distro or symphonic? Ooh, great question. Fakir Fitness said this is fire. Need this now. I can't wait until it's done. Yes, bro, it's coming. All your royalty questions will be answered. Victor, okay, so because we ran out of time, because you came right when we were about to close, I'm gonna share this link with you, right? Should you go with symphonic or distro? If we're judging between just those two, Vic, I'm going to tell you definitely go with symphonic between those two, because symphonic is cheaper and it has pretty much everything that DistroKid has. If you're looking to choose between just those two individually, all right. But I want you to definitely watch this video when you get a chance. Best distribution. I spelled that so wrong. Oh, I missed a U. Best distribution 2024. I want you to, when you get a chance, watch this video here. And this video will just give you some more options, because obviously these are my top recommendations for music distribution companies in general. I know I shared this link earlier, but I don't remember where it is. So I'll just type best music distribution company for 2024. So make sure you check that out there, Victor, and hopefully that can give you more answers or a better understanding of which one you should go with. But between those two, if those are my only two choices, I would say go with Symphonic. All right, although DistroKid is really, really good as well, Symphonic is just less on cost, and there's more reasons. I'm actually working on a video about that because I'm actually making a transition from DistroKid to Symphonic myself, and I'm making a video of why I'm making that transition. It's going to be a very detailed video, so it's not coming now, but it will be coming in the future. But these are all great questions, guys. All right, we ran a little bit over time here, so I'm going to definitely close out. All right, I appreciate you all for joining in and having so many great questions. All right, I got a lot of interaction today, so this is dope. Obviously, thank you all for joining in on IG who's been hopping in. But now we're going to go ahead and announce the winner of today. Now, for those of you who didn't know, all right, best question that's asked today gets a free gift on me today. All right. And that free gift is actually what we've been talking about this entire live stream. It is the ebook version of the book, The 13 Steps. So for those of you who stopped watching, there's nothing I could do for you, but I'm going to see who asked the best question today. And if you're still watching the live, you actually will get that gift. So let's see Crystal's question. That about getting in front of more people. That was a good question. Dusty's question about that. Rapping Ray on LLC. Great question. Live shows, Chris Rap saxophone. That was a great question as well. For Cure Fitness also had a great question. Ella Rapping Ray with the reinstate. That was a good question. And then MLC as well. Those are all great questions. All great questions. All right. LD40. Till next time. I appreciate you for joining in as always, brother. Same thing to you, Fakir. Another great live stream. I appreciate y'all. All right. So the winner is going to be, because there was a lot of great questions. All right. And I think this might be a repeated winner here. All right. But the winner for today is going to have, it's tough, but I think I'm going to give this one to Rappin' Ray. And the reason I'm going to is because of the LLC question. All right. I think that I need to do another video on LLC to actually talk about it some more, because I know I've done a video about LLCs before, but I didn't elaborate on some things that I just thought about with this question here. Like the things I basically explained in this live about LLCs, the timing of it. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I didn't even mention that in the other video. So I'm going to have to do a more updated video. Rapping Ray, I'm not sure if you won before. I see the years here. So congratulations to you, brother. You actually won the ebook, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. All right. Definitely follow me on IG if you're not following me already. All right, you can find me under WesTheTech. All right, all one word. All right, now if you've already won the ebook, let me know if you did or didn't. I don't remember, but if you already won the ebook, then I have an alternate gift for you. So just reach out to me. I'll get that sent over to you and share out the links. And I don't know why, but a lot of people who have been winning, they haven't actually been following me and messaging me. So make sure you follow me first and then message me. You said no. Awesome. So yeah, you're getting the ebook. Make sure you follow me. Reach out to me on there. I'm gonna send you the link and all of that good stuff so you could download it today. And yeah, everything in here talks about everything. And now you'll know moving forward about the LLC, since I know you did sole proprietor before, but this will tell you everything. But some of it you probably already did already. But now that you have it, you'll have a more structured game plan as far as how to actually have your music business moving forward. So I'm happy that you got there and you won that. Big congrats to you. Fitness Care also congratulated you. And I thank everybody else for watching and tuning in. You guys put on a great live today. All right, everybody got a lot of great information, a lot of great questions. All right, it was a tough one, but you know, this is why we do what we do. So hopefully you guys could join in next Tuesday, same time from noon to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Obviously, if you're somewhere else, always keep that in mind. It's Eastern time. And Thursdays, remember to check your email, check the email listing on Thursdays. I will always drop a new tech tip, so be on the lookout for that as well. All right, guys? But thank you all for joining in, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
You know I'm in the building, man, I'm about to blow like propane. If all this rap is an issue, then you could grab a tissue. I'm saving lives with these verses, man, I won't even diss you. You got some hate on your spirit, man, it don't even fit you. You better step out my presence or else my God will fix you. Just know I'm living in purpose to every